What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, please hit the subscribe button. I will be sharing all type of gaming news, sharing my own gameplay every single week. Before we jump into today's video, I have to be honest with you guys, I haven't really touched Battlefield 6 in quite a while. Not because I didn't enjoy the game, but because the gunfights just weren't consistent. One match I'd laser people, the next I'd empty half a magazine into someone and they'd somehow survive. Then I'd die behind cover. Shots didn't always feel like they registered, and after a while I simply stopped playing. But today, EA has released what might be the biggest gameplay update Battlefield 6 has ever received. This isn't just a few weapon buffs, they've rebuilt how almost every gun in the game behaves. Recoil, bullet velocity, weapon dispersion, damage multipliers, and most importantly, the netcode. Almost every core gameplay mechanic has changed, so the biggest question is, did Battlefield finally fix its biggest problem? Let's find out. And before anyone says, I just don't like the game, that's not true. I've got 359 hours in Battlefield 6. When the game first launched, I absolutely grinded it for almost 2 straight months. I was playing every single day because I genuinely believed Battlefield was finally back. That's why it was so disappointing when the gunplay and netcode issues started getting in my way. Eventually, I just stopped playing. But after seeing everything EA has changed in this update, I'm actually excited to jump back in and see if Battlefield finally feels the way it should have been from day one. So, let's start with the biggest headline, Recoil. And this isn't just a recoil reduction, EA actually redesigned how recoil works across almost every automatic weapon. Instead of your weapon randomly jumping differently every spray, the recoil pattern is now far more predictable. That's a massive difference, but because before, sometimes you perfectly control a spray, other times the weapon would kick completely differently. Now, if you spend time learning your weapon, the gameplay actually rewards you. Skill matters more than randomness. This is exactly how competitive shooters should feel like. And here's something a lot of people are missing. Most weapons didn't actually receive less recoil. Instead, they received less recoil variation. That's a very huge difference. The developers reduced the random movement inside every spray pattern, which means when you pull your mouse down, the weapon behaves almost exactly the same every single time. For example, the M16 4A, the M417, the AK4D, M60, and the list goes on. Nearly every rifle received recoil variation reduction between roughly 15 and 25%. That means your bullets go where you're expecting them to go. Instead of fighting random recoil, you're fighting your opponent. But recoil isn't the only thing that changed. Dispersion changed, also known as random bullet spread, has been completely reworked, and this is where things get interesting. Weapons with high damage, like battle rifles, will now become inaccurate much faster if you simply hold down the trigger. The longer you spray, the more the bullets spread. So EA is basically telling the players, stop mag dumping, instead burst fire, reset your aim, and control your shots. Meanwhile, lower damage weapons don't suffer nearly as much from this change, so every weapon class feels much more unique. Bullet velocity is completely different. This might actually change Battlefield more than recoil. EA reduced muzzle velocity on almost every primary weapon. Some weapons only lost around 4 or 5%, others lost over 20%. For example, the ES 5.7 pistol dropped more than 20%. Most assault rifles lost around 5 to 7, Marscan rifles, LMGs, and SMGs. Almost everything shoots slower now, and that's only half the story. EA also increased bullet drag by 40% across every weapon. If you're using match-grade ammunition, bullet drag is actually doubled. Think about it. Bullets now slow down much faster as they travel. So, what does all of this actually mean while you're playing? Simple. Long-range gunfights are no longer point and click. If someone is running across a hill, you now have to lead your shots. The further away they are, the more you have to compensate. Bullets also lose speed faster, which means they drop sooner. This makes Battlefield much more closer to classic Battlefield games, where landing long-range kills actually required skill. Personally, I think this is one of the best changes in the entire update. EA also slowed down time to kill. but not in the way people think. Instead of simply giving everyone more health, they reduce damage to the stomach, arms, and the legs. Headshots now matter much more. Chest shots remain strong, so players who naturally aim high will actually kill faster than before. Player who spray into someone's leg will notice they're taking more bullets to secure a kill. It's another change that rewards accuracy instead of luck. And the most important thing is the netcode. The reason many of us stop playing netcode. EA says they improved hit registration. Damage feedback arrives faster. Server corrections happen quicker. Network prioritization has been improved. And dying behind cover should happen much less often. Now, obviously, we'll have to test it out ourselves. Because every Battlefield player has heard promises about netcode before, but if these improvements actually work, combined with the Recoil Overhaul, Battlefield could genuinely feel like a different game. Vehicle players also got a massive update. Attack helicopters received damage buffs, the RPG-7 has been buffed, tank shells have been rebalanced, IFVs fire faster. Anti-air vehicles deal more damage to aircraft, thermal smoke has been nerfed and no longer protects tanks as effectively as before. Overall, vehicle combat should now feel much more balanced. One of the biggest new additions, Tactical Obliteration. It's basically a more competitive version of the classic Battlefield mode. Smaller teams, less chaos. More teamwork, score the bomb, protect your squad, plant the bomb. One mistake can cost your entire team the round. If you enjoy tactical gameplay, this mode looks really promising. We are also getting a brand new life event, Wetwork. Every player becomes both the hunter and the hunted. Complete objectives, track targets, unlock rewards, and then earn cosmetics. It's a fresh event to keep players busy after the update. And Red Sag also received a new casual mode. AI bots are now mixed into matches, making the mode much easier for newer players. If you've always wanted to try Battlefield's Battle Royale without immediately getting destroyed, this is probably the best time. We're also getting brand new melee weapon, the EOD bot arm. Yes, you can literally punch enemies using the robotic arm from the bomb disposal robot. Definitely one of Battlefield's more unique melee weapons. And now, let's talk about the cheaters. A lot of players have been asking whether this update finally fixes the cheating problem. EA isn't introducing a completely new anti-cheat system. However, they say they're continuing to improve match integrity through ongoing anti-cheat updates alongside networking improvements and gameplay changes. Hopefully, that means cleaner matches moving forward, because better gameplay only matters if everyone is playing fair. And we got some quality of life improvements. This update includes hundreds of smaller improvements. Portal gets new tools. UI has been cleaned up. Audio has been improved. Animations look smoother. Menus feel cleaner. Spawning has been adjusted. Some battle pass improvements. A lot of bug fixes, vehicle fixes. Overall, it's one of the biggest quality of life updates Battlefield 6 has received. So, what do I think? Honestly, this is exactly the type of update Battlefield needed. Instead of only adding skins and cosmetics, EA focused on improving the core gameplay. More predictable recoil, better hit registration, improved netcode, more skill-based gunfights, vehicle balancing, and the new content. A massive amount of quality of life improvement. Now the only question is this enough to bring players back? Personally, I'm definitely jumping back in to test everything for myself. Let me know down in the comments what do you think about update 1.3.3. Do you think Battlefield is finally heading in the right direction? If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe for more Battlefield news, gaming updates, and gameplay every single week. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on the battlefield.